All right, welcome to your Thursday morning yoga practice. We are going to start with just a simple opening meditation just to help us realize what state we're in before we get started. So just go ahead and get yourself comfortable in your chair, wherever you are. You can sit back and relax for a second. And then we'll just start thinking about straightening out the spine. So go ahead and just tip your tailbone down, aiming towards the floor. Grow the top of your head up towards the ceiling, lengthening out the back of the neck, shoulders over the hips, chin parallel to the ground, so not necessarily tipping up or down, just allowing the spine to be tall. Everything else around it can start to relax and loosen. Go ahead and let the shoulders start to soften. If it helps, you can pick them up and then just drop them down one time to help just release the tension if you have any there. Find a comfortable spot for the hands, maybe palms up to help with relaxing the shoulders and opening through the heart. Maybe palms down to help with grounding. Maybe one hand on top of the other for comfort and warmth, whatever works for you. Just letting the hands be heavy, fingers are limp, arms just drape down into the lap or wherever they may be. Allow the hips to be heavy on the chair and let the feet just fall. Maybe they touch the floor, maybe they don't. Just let gravity just pull them down towards the floor. Start to soften your expression. Maybe close your eyes softly if that's comfortable for you. Allow for a space between the back teeth. And then just start scanning through the body and notice how you feel today. Notice if you're experiencing any discomfort before we get started. Maybe you have some certain areas you'd like to work on specifically. Maybe the shoulders or the back is sore or tight. Maybe the hips. Maybe some tension in the neck or a little headache. Maybe just to identify any discomfort you might be experiencing or any discomfort that you normally experience that isn't there today. Just notice how you feel. And then start to bring your attention to your breath without judgment and without trying to change anything just yet. Just notice it as it is. Notice if you're breathing fast or slow. Notice if each breath is the same as the last or if it varies. Notice if you're breathing deep or shallow. Maybe more through the mouth or more through the nose. Just observing right now. Our observations just help us to drop into the moment that's happening now. Helps us to let go of whatever we might have been doing this morning, whatever might have happened yesterday, whatever we're preparing for later, anything we might be concerned about for later. Right now, for this hour, you can just let that go. All of your important thoughts will come to you when you need them. And then just start to observe the moment that's happening now, noticing the points of contact between the hips and the chair, the spine and the chair, noticing what the skin feels. Maybe you can feel your clothing against your skin, your hair against your skin. Notice the temperature of the air. Notice what you can hear without labeling anything good or bad or allowing anything to become a distraction. Just observe. Can you hear sounds from the next room or coming from outside? Sounds from the room you're in? Maybe the sound of your breath. Just notice everything that makes up the moment that's happening now. Notice what you smell. Notice what you taste. And just allow yourself to be here and be present. Now, for our yoga practice, we keep an anchor to keep ourselves present. Sometimes when our mind wanders, we focus mainly on our breath to bring ourselves back to the moment. Sometimes we pick a mantra or specifically focus on each stretch as we go through. So you can pick something like that works for you. Or today, since we're just coming out from Thanksgiving, just take a moment and think about something that you're grateful for. It can be anything, maybe just a simple object that you really love, something you enjoy using, or it can be a place, somewhere you like to spend time, somewhere you're looking forward to visiting, or somewhere you go every day. Or it can be a person, someone that's important to you, who makes you smile. It could be your health, a situation you're happy with. Just pick one simple thing that you can hold easily in your mind. And then each time you find your mind start to wander during your practice, which it will because our minds are meant to think, whenever you find it getting busy throughout the next hour, just bring yourself back to that feeling of gratitude and whatever it is that you are grateful for. We'll start our practice by just taking 3 deep breaths, expanding the stomach as we inhale and pressing the belly button towards the spine as we exhale. So when you're ready, inhale deep and exhale, let it all go. We'll do that again. Inhale. Exhale, let your body soften. Once more. Inhale. And exhale. Letting go of control of the breath. Take a second to let it flow back to a pace that feels natural. When you're ready, we're going to start with our neck roll warm-up, just getting more in touch with our breath. So we'll go ahead and inhale, grow the spine up tall. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. And then inhale, ear over shoulder. Exhale, dropping the chin to the chest. Inhale, ear over the other shoulder. So you can start with whatever shoulder you want. We're just rocking side to side. So you inhale as you lift up. Exhale as you relax down. Inhale up and exhale down. Just matching your breath. You don't have to go at the same speed as me. Follow your inhales and exhales, allowing the head to be heavy. Just notice how this movement feels to you today. We start most of our practices this way, most of our yoga sessions. Notice if it feels the same as it usually does, or if it's a little different today. Maybe some areas are tight. Maybe it feels a little bit easier. Without judgment or worrying about coming to any sort of conclusion, just notice. Imagine tension just starting to evaporate from the neck and shoulders as we go through this simple movement. Inhaling up, exhaling down. The eyes can be softly closed here. Just let yourself relax, transitioning from the rest of your morning into your yoga practice. Letting the mind become still, letting the breath start to deepen, letting the body start to soften. A few more breaths like this. The shoulders are still, right over the hips. Head is heavy. If you're experiencing any pain during this practice, just back off from the stretch or from that area. If you have somewhere in your neck rolls that feels tight and it feels good to kind of hold there, you can always hold still here. Maybe add the hands on the head and then continue when you're ready. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Maybe you do a few full circles, bringing the head all the way around. Just see what feels best for you. Honor what your body's asking for. Take what you need and leave what you don't. Take your time whenever you get there naturally. We're going to come to chin to chest. Spine is tall, so we're not slouched forward. The shoulders are still on top of the hips, just the head is heavy. You can bring the hands to the back of the head to intensify the stretch if you want to. Really, really simple exercise. Really good for just relaxing the tension in the shoulders, which most of us tend to have. Deep breath. Next inhale, we'll come back up to center. Exhale, we'll go ear over shoulder, dropping the head to the side. Again, you can add the hand if you want to. Keep that shoulder soft. Breathing. One more inhale. Exhale, center. And then inhale, tall. Exhale, ear over the opposite shoulder. Add the hand if you want to. Keep everything soft. Breath is deep. One more inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale back to center. Great, let's do a few sun breaths just to get moving. So we're going to drop the hands to the sides. Inhale, lift the hands up overhead, palms together. Exhale, the hands come down to the heart, keeping the shoulders soft. We're going to just do this several times. So just match your inhales. When you inhale, you lift your hands. When you exhale, you bring them down to your heart. So again, you don't have to match me. Just match your breath. Let your breath carry you. You're inhaling. Imagine bringing in light and positivity. As you exhale, get rid of any stale energy, anything you're holding on to that you don't need. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Growing the spine a little bit taller with each inhale, making space in the spine and the ribs. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Maybe they get slower with each round as the breath gets deeper. We'll come into twists next. So when you get there, inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, reaching across to the opposite knee. So I'm taking my left hand to my right knee. Doesn't matter which side you start with. Looking over the back shoulder. And then you'll inhale back to center. Hands come straight up. Exhale, other side. Right hand to the left knee, looking over the left shoulder. Side to side, match your breath. Inhaling up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Once you feel comfortable with it, just go at your own speed. Match your breath. Imagine your breath like the breeze, and you're just like a tree, just swaying side to side with your breath. A few more like this. Good. Complete whatever side you're on. We'll meet with our hands back to heart center. So the hands will come up, and then on your exhale, you'll bring them down to your heart. We'll come into seated cat-cow. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, arch, and come forward. So you're just bringing the chest forward, the shoulders back. You can lift the chin if you want here too. I'll just turn so you can see. You don't have to turn, but just arching. And then exhale, hips tilt back, and then shoulders come forward. You can bring the head down, just side to side. Inhale forward, exhale backward. Again, just match your breath. Just getting into the shoulders and the spine a little bit. Observe how it feels. not judging yourself if you're stiffer than you thought you were, or if it's not quite as comfortable as you think it should be. Don't worry about that. Just observe and just notice. Just use your breath to carry you back and forth. And then when you're ready, we'll repeat the same thing, but in a circle. So we're going to come over to the side and then to the front, other side, and then to the back. So just circling the spine. This is not super technical. Just doing whatever feels good here, really. Moving in a circle. Maybe you get the shoulders involved if that feels good. Maybe it doesn't, so you don't. Just take what you need, leave what you don't. We're inhaling as we come across the front, and then exhaling as we come across the back. Keep going, that looks great. And then when you're ready, reverse direction. So same thing, but just whatever way you didn't already go. Inhale front, exhale back. Good. We're going to be focusing today on opening up through the heart. So we'll do some chest and shoulder stretches specifically today. It'll be a good way to get energized at this time of year when it tends to be dark pretty early. You tend to get more tired easily. So when you're ready, inhale, come center, exhale, just relax. Great. All right, we're gonna flow a little bit, but let's start with just a forward fold first. So we're gonna hold it for a bit. So just folding forward in your chair. When you're ready, you're gonna inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, just start to bring the belly towards the knees. So you can come to your elbows and rest here. You can reach for the floor, reach for your ankles or your shins, wherever you feel most comfortable. And then we'll hold here for a bit. So doing this forward fold in the chair is really great for releasing the hips and the hip flexors. Really great for releasing tension in the shoulders, in the spine. Forward folds are great for dealing with anxiousness or stress because of the way it stretches your spine. It really helps you to calm the nervous system. So as you hold, we'll just stay here for a little bit. So you can keep your head supported if that feels safer to you. If you get dizzy easily or if you have a runny nose, you might want to keep your head up. If you need to intensify the stretch to the back of the shoulders, then you can really let go here. Maybe shaking the head no and yes, and just let the head hang, be really heavy. If you get tight in your shoulders at all, that can feel really nice. So just pick a position that works for you, settle in, and then start to just deepen the breath. You're just gonna hold. So as you find a position, remember you don't have to commit. Notice as you hold, as the stretch starts to change. Maybe you find it gets to be a bit much and you need to come up out of it a little bit. Maybe as you hold, you find you're getting warmer and you can go down a little deeper after some time. So just notice and just hold here for a couple deep breaths. And as we hold and things start to get quiet, just notice where your mind goes. Use your anchor to bring yourself back. Today, maybe thinking of that thing that you identified at the start of class that you're really grateful for today. Or maybe just focusing on your breath if you find that's what works best for you. We have plenty of tools in our toolbox to help us bring our mind back when it starts to wander away. So just find something that works for you. A couple more breaths here. We'll just rest quietly. Just stretching, releasing that tension. Remember, if you are on your elbows or reaching for the ground, just keep the shoulders soft. Don't let the tension start to build up there. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, we'll slowly start to work our way back up. Great. All right, from here, we'll go ahead and do a few shoulder circles, just up and back, opening through the chest, relaxing the shoulders. Great. All right, so we'll flow a little bit here and be moving back and forth. So we're gonna we'll fold and we'll do our cactus. Arms, so we'll go ahead and drop the arms to start. Inhale, bring them up overhead. Exhale, coming into a cactus position. So the elbows come down, so they're straight across. You're kind of pulling them back a little bit so that the chest is a little more forward. It doesn't matter how far back they go. We're just trying to stretch the shoulders and the chest here. And then we'll inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, hands to the knees. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold forward. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, rise up. Dropping the hands. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to the knees. Inhale, tall. Exhale, folding forward. One breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, straighten the spine. Exhale, come back up. Hands to the sides. We'll do this a couple more times. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the knees. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold. Just taking your time, moving, just flowing through this, melting into each position. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tall. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the knees. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold forward. One big breath here. Take your time. If you lag a little bit behind, that's okay. Just flow with your breath. Or even if you get a little ahead, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come tall. Let's do it one more time. Drop the hands. Inhale, up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the knees. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rise up. Great. All right, relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Just shake it out for a second. We're gonna come into camel pose. If you know how, you can just jump right in. I'll do a quick demonstration. So modified camel, hands go on the low back, fingertips pointing down. You squeeze the elbows and the shoulders towards each other. So it doesn't matter how close they get, you're just trying to get a nice stretch through the front of the chest. You lift the heart towards the ceiling, and it's up to you if you lift the chin, if that feels comfortable. The full camel is to reach behind you on the chair with your hands and press the heart forward. So you can pick which one feels best for you. And then when you're ready, you'll just open the heart towards the ceiling. I tend to keep my neck up in this position, but if it is more comfortable to you, you can tip your head back. Expanding the chest as you inhale. Really opening through the heart here. Relax as you exhale. We'll do one more big inhale. And exhale, release. Great. All right. We'll start getting into the legs a little bit. We'll come into our seated pigeon pose. So we'll start with the right leg on top. You have options. You can either cross your right ankle over your left ankle, or you could bring your right ankle all the way up to your left knee. So we're going to be stretching through the hip here. I can feel it already. So ankle on the knee or ankles crossed. Check that you're not sinking backwards as you lift the leg. We're going to fold from here. So when you're ready, inhale, grow the spine tall. Exhale, melt forward over that leg. Any low back problems, when we do forward folds, you just want to keep your back flat. Otherwise, you can round into it and melt down. And we'll hold this one for a little bit. Definitely feeling some tightness in this hip today. So personally, not down as much as I normally would be. That happens sometimes. So just be mindful as you go into each stretch, knowing that it might not be exactly as you expect. So just keep an open mind throughout your practice. Breathing here. Again, as we hold and things start to get quiet, notice where the mind goes. Acknowledge your thoughts, let them go. Use your anchor to bring yourself back. Relaxing into the pose a little bit more with each exhale, just starting to soften. Whatever tension you're feeling in the hip, if any, just start to let it release. Use your deep breath, breathing in, breathing out. Couple more breaths here. Maybe if it's starting to get to be too much, you come up for a rest. Maybe you're finding it's getting easier as you hold. Maybe you can sink down a little bit more. Just notice if it changes at all. And in all of these poses, it can be nice to hold still, or maybe you even just add in a little bit of movement. Maybe you're just wiggling the shoulders, stretching up the neck, looking over one shoulder and then the other. Just keep observing your body. Notice what it's asking for. Now is the time to take care of all the stiffness and tension if it's there. And just send some love in those areas. And just soften and relax. A few more breaths here. Great. We'll take one more inhale. Exhale, rise up. Great. Relax the shoulders, just do a few circles. We're going to come into cow face pose. So you can cross that right leg all the way over, crossing the knees, or you can switch to have the ankles crossed, whatever feels best to you. So for our arms, we're going to drop the right arm down to the side. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, bend it back behind your head. Now we're going to stretch through the chest and the back of the arm here, so you can push gently with this opposite hand, the left hand. You can reach up and over for that elbow, or you can reach down behind your back and just reach the fingertips towards each other. Even if they don't touch, you can still do that stretch. It's totally up to you. This one's really good for keeping the shoulders and the chest nice and open. We'll just hold here. So very tempting in all of these positions to kind of look down or keep the chin forward. So lengthen up the spine once again. Stretch through the back of the neck. Keep the chin parallel to the ground. And breathe nice and tall. Maybe you find a focal point straight ahead to help you keep your gaze a little bit more upward. One more big inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Shake it out. We're going to go ahead and send that right leg open to the side. If that's not comfortable on your hips, or if you're working in a chair that has arms, so you're not able to do that, you can just keep your legs to the side, to the front rather. We're just going to do some side stretches. Otherwise, just shoot that right leg open. It doesn't have to be directly next to you. It'll be a little bit diagonal. Just be gentle with the hips. Toes point forward here, knees pointing forward. Just some side stretches. So we'll drop the left hand. Inhale, bring it up. And then exhale, just sliding down. So you can hold onto the leg for support here. Don't put any pressure on the knee. You hold on above or below the knee. And really, again, focusing on opening the heart. Pull that top shoulder back. It's almost like the heart's trying to face the ceiling here. Really creating some space between the ribs, breathing deep. Expand on your inhale. Relax on your exhale. Great. We'll inhale, come up tall. Hands up, exhale, hands to the heart. Very nice. All right, bring the leg in. We're going to repeat all of that on the other side, starting with seated pigeon. So left leg on top. You can cross your ankles, or you can place the ankle on the knee. Check in with your posture. And then just important to keep in mind, each side might be different. So go in slowly, like it's new to you. Just observe it as you go. So when you're ready, inhale tall. Exhale slowly, start to melt forward. Softening over that leg, letting that hip release. That feels amazing today. With all the weather changes back and forth, humid and cold, that can sometimes make our muscles a little bit more crampy. Sometimes we're a little more tight. I'm definitely a little bit more tight today. So just use your breath, help you to soften. This is a great opportunity to just relax. Loosen everything up a little bit. Set yourself up for a great weekend. Just start to allow yourself to feel more free and more light as you go through your poses. Hold and breathe. Continuing to observe your mind, bringing it back as many times as you need to. Never getting discouraged when your mind starts to leave you. Just being happy that you noticed and using your anchor to bring yourself back. Taking a few more breaths here. Maybe you come up for a rest. Maybe you try to go down a little deeper. Just listening to your body, see what feels good. Notice if there are any differences from one side to the other. Don't worry about figuring out why that is at the moment. Just notice. Let it be as it is. And then when you get to your next inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, start to work your way up. Cow face pose, so you can switch to crossed ankles, or you can cross that leg all the way over, knees on top of each other. Left hand, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bend behind the head. You can push, pull, or reach. Again, your fingers might not touch here, but you can still try this one if you want to. That one's not super comfortable on my shoulder on that side, so I'm gonna switch it up. Some people like to really keep it even and do the same thing on each side. Whatever you prefer, whatever feels best. Just keep your heart open, nice and tall. Top of the head towards the ceiling, breathing here, letting the heart open. One more big inhale. Exhale, release. Great. We'll shoot that top leg open to the side next. So again, you can keep your both legs to the front if that works out better for you. Otherwise, send it out on the diagonal a little bit forward. Toes pointing to the front. Right hand, drop it down. Inhale up. Exhale over. Great. So the tendency here is to kind of close off with this arm. So peel the shoulder back, open the heart towards the ceiling as much as possible. Still just being nice and gentle. If it's a lot on your shoulder or your arm to have your arm up like this, it can be nice to wrap the hands behind the back too, if that feels more comfortable. When you're ready, inhale center and exhale, hands to the heart. Great. All right, we'll bring the legs back in together and just kind of rock side to side. Good. All right, let's do a few wide leg poses before we stand. So we'll just bring the knees open, They can be just hip width or a little bit more. It's up to you, whatever is comfortable for your hips. Just a reminder to keep the knees over the ankles. Don't let the knees start to come forward. Inner thighs are engaged and pressing back. We'll drop the hands to the sides. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, we'll cactus the arms, open the heart. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, let's come over. Right hand comes down. We'll reach the left hand up and over. Inhale, center. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, left hand comes down. We'll come over, reaching the right hand. Inhale, center. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. One more time each side. Exhale, over. Inhale, up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, over. Inhale, up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Slowly bring the knees together. Shake it out. Great. We'll drop the hands. Inhale, hands sweep up. We're going to stand. Come up onto your feet. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Hold here for a minute. Just take a quiet moment to yourself. Feel your feet on the floor. I'm going to just adjust my camera, but you just hold here for a moment. We call this mountain pose. You can close your eyes, go inward, and just check in with yourself. See how you're doing at this point in your practice. Notice if there are any differences from the start of your practice to now. Notice the breath. Notice if there are areas that are still holding tightness. And just allow yourself to feel grateful for the body you have, the health that you have. And then when you're ready, just gently release the hands to the sides. All right, we're gonna come around to face the chair. We'll start in just a forward fold. So we're gonna face the seat of the chair. So just standing in front of it, we'll fold forward. So when you're ready, inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, folding down. So you can go as far as you like. You can rest your hands on the chair, elbows on the chair. Maybe you come away from the chair, reach for your shins or the floor, whatever feels best for you today. Same as in our seated forward fold, you might feel best to keep your head up, or maybe you just really need to release your shoulders and you let the head hang down, whatever feels best. So just take a second here, let the hamstrings stretch, maybe some movement, maybe wiggling the hips side to side, maybe bending one knee at a time. It actually feels really nice for me today. You can lift one heel at a time or just hold in stillness, whatever you need. I'll just be here for a couple more breaths and then we'll start moving around again. Okay. We'll bend the knees. Inhale, hands sweep up, we're standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. All right, we're gonna do some poses in downward dog to continue opening through the heart. So just things to remember for downward dog. I'll talk you through it when we get into it, but just keep in mind your heels are trying to stay on the floor. It's okay if they don't, but you're just actively pressing them in that direction to get that nice stretch through the back of the legs. And then the head is actively trying to get through the elbows. It's okay, again, if it doesn't, just keep gently pressing it that way. And that's how we're going to get that nice heart opening stretch here. So we'll start in forward fold again. So inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, fold down. Now we're going to have the hands on the chair. The arms will be straight. We're going to step back just as much as we need to in order to get the arms straight. And then just slowly start to bring the head down. Tailbone goes up towards the sky. So you're kind of making like an angle, a little bit of a triangle here. So having the arms up on the chair is really what's giving us this heart opening stretch and then pressing the head through the arms. We'll hold and breathe here. Now you can hold in downward dog, or if you want to add some movement, we're gonna try inhale, flattening out the body. So coming into a plank position, so the arms are straight up and the shoulders are over the wrists. Fingers are spread out wide, body is straight, and then exhale back to downward dog. So you can hold downward dog or do a few of these. Inhaling forward, exhaling backward. It might depend on the chair you're using, whether or not this is comfortable or doable. But either way, if you're holding or if you're moving, a lot of benefit here. Just see what you need. Inhale front. Exhale back. One more like this. Inhale front. Exhale back. Great. One more option to add on here if you want. Inhale to plank. And then exhale, drop the hips slightly towards the chair so that you're arching the back. The heart is coming forward. A little bit of a weird position, but if it's comfortable to you, then it will probably feel really good. If it's not, then just don't worry about it. We'll come back to downward dog. Inhale, forward fold. Coming forward with the feet. Exhale, hold. Bend the knees, drop the hands. Inhale, bring the hands up to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Great. From here, let's go ahead and bring our hands behind our back. So a few different variations here. We're going to try folding forward with our hands back. You can either reach opposite elbows or you can just hold the hands together behind you. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, lift the heart up towards the sky. And then exhale, we'll fold forward. So bend the knees a little bit, nice and gently. And just go as far as you want. If you need to drop the hands for balance, obviously, definitely do that. Just opening through the heart here still. Nice shoulder stretch. And then we'll release the hands, bend the knees, inhale to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Excellent. All right, we're gonna come around and work on our tree pose. Favorite part. So we're gonna stand, I'll stand next to the chair so you can see what I'm doing. You can stand behind your chair so that it's available for balance like this. So we'll start in our mountain pose. So mountain pose, we're just standing. That's all we're doing. You can flip your palms open to the sides, or to the front rather. Let the shoulders roll back. And then just start to let your feet relax into the ground. Softening the toes. And start to soften the muscles in the stomach and the chest. Feel the movement that comes with each breath. Now, as we get ready to try our tree pose, gaze straight in front of you and notice if there's something that stands out to you, a focal point that you can use to help you balance. Then when you're ready, we'll start to work into tree pose. So maybe you take hold of the chair to get started. In tree pose, you can keep both feet on the ground and just turn out one leg. You can bring that foot up to your ankle. You can bring it up to your upper leg, wherever feels best to you. Just don't press it up against your knee. But other than that, just find a tree pose that works for you. So you can definitely keep both hands on the chair, or you can maybe try lifting just one, coming to heart center, or sticking with the heart opening theme, maybe opening the arms a little bit back behind you. Maybe you test your balance. Maybe you don't, that's okay too. Keep an open mind here, don't attach to the outcome. Just breathe. Nice and strong in your tree pose, pressing the toes down into the ground. Great. One more big inhale. Exhale, slowly work your way down. Great. You can relax through the feet. Lift one heel at a time. Good. All right, we'll repeat that same thing on the other side. So you might have an easier time on one side than the other. Don't worry about that. Keep an open mind, same as always throughout our practice. And if you do fall out of your tree pose at any time, try not to spring back up. Come back to your mountain pose, find your alignments, find your roots, and then slowly work your way back up into it. Do whatever you're gonna do. So find your mountain. Your ears are right over your shoulders, shoulders over your hips, hips over your knees, knees over your ankles. And then when you're ready, you can start to lift the opposite foot this time. You can keep the foot on the floor, bring it to your ankle, your calf, your thigh, whatever works best for you. Finding a hand position you like, maybe keeping the hands on the chair, maybe one hand. Maybe try opening through the heart today. And breathe. Remember, if you fall out, just find your mountain pose, slowly grow back up. Trees grow slowly. Couple more breaths here. Don't forget to make use of your focal point if that's something that helps you. If you haven't tried it before, give it a shot. Find something easy to spot that doesn't cause your head to tilt down, and keep your eyes on that. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Great. Go ahead and just relax through the feet. Lift one heel at a time. Good. All right, we're going to start quieting things down in preparation for our meditation. So come around and find a seat in your chair. Get comfortable. Great. All right. So let's just find ourselves right back where we started our practice. Just relaxing into the chair, observing where we are. Just take a moment to notice the areas of tension that you identified at the start of class. Notice if you're still feeling some tightness or discomfort. Notice if any new tension has popped up. Notice if the tension has started to leave you. If any feelings of peace or softness have started to work their way in. Notice the breath, going through all of your observations without judgment, but rather just to help you stay grounded and in this moment. Notice if you're breathing fast or slow, deep or shallow, even or uneven. Notice if you're breathing the same way you were as you started class, or maybe something's changed within the last hour or so. Observe the thoughts in your mind. Acknowledge all of the thoughts that have visited you through your practice. Imagine them like clouds just floating by your mind. Watch them from a distance and let them keep on floating by. Again, remembering all your important thoughts will be there for you when you need them. But right now, all you have to do is breathe. Dropping into your body and into the moment. Noticing the points of contact between the hips and the chair, the spine and the chair, the skin and the clothing, the skin and the hair. Noticing the temperature of the air, noises all around you, maybe down the hall or up above you or out your window. Smells, the taste in your mouth. Just experiencing the moment fully and completely. Maybe you observe what you see. Maybe you slowly start to soften the eyes closed. We're going to start our meditation with a body scan. So you can keep your eyes closed for this if that's comfortable for you. And just let yourself soften back into your chair. You don't have to sit up tall here unless that helps you to feel more relaxed. Otherwise, just let go. Let yourself drape over the chair. Let the chair support you completely. We're going to do a shining light meditation. So just imagining the body being filled with beautiful, powerful, gentle, glowing white lights representing positivity, peace, and freedom, filling you completely so that there's no room for old energies or negative energies. So just using your imagination, picture yourself in your mind, sitting in the room that you're in the chair that you're in, being filled with this beautiful light. Starting at the toes, feel the light coming into the toes, the bottoms of the feet, and the tops of the feet, the ankles, the shins and calves, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the stomach, low back, the ribs, middle back, shoulder blades, and upper back, the chest, the collarbone, and the heart, tops of the shoulders, sides of the shoulders, down the arms, past the elbows, the wrists, the hands and the fingers, sweeping back up the arms, into the neck, the head, the face, back of the head, and the top of the head. Now just imagining yourself sitting in the room you're in the chair that you're in, glowing with this beautiful light, completely happy and peaceful and healthy. Allow yourself a smile. Allow your heart to feel grateful. We're going to rest quietly in our meditation for about a minute. I'll bring you back into the room when it's time. Enjoy your rest. Slowly we'll start to bring some movement back into the body, wiggling the toes and fingers, moving the hands and feet, Maybe stretching out the arms and legs if that's comfortable to you. Just bringing some energy back into the body. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and drop our hands down to the sides. One final sun breath together. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me.